Good morning, students. I, Sadaf Khan from the Millennium School, South City, welcome you to this session of chemistry. Students, in my previous video, I had discussed the de Broglie's hypothesis, equation and de Broglie's wavelength with you, and then we had gone on to discuss the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Why we had discussed the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle? Let me remind you. We were discussing the limitations of the Bohr's atomic theory, and when the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle was given and proven experimentally, it proved to be the biggest contradiction to the Bohr's theory, because according to Bohr, an exact position given by this formula and exact velocity given by this formula could be measured, estimated. But according to Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, where it was stated that it was impossible to determine the exact position and momentum of an electron simultaneously, and this principle has been proved experimentally, and because we cannot determine the position and momentum or velocity simultaneously, that was the biggest contradiction to the Bohr's theory, the biggest limitation to the Bohr's theory, and the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle was discussed with you in each and every detail. Now students, I move to the next model, that is the quantum mechanical model, and let me begin this model by taking the name of this great scientist Schrödinger, who has made eminent contributions, prominent contributions in the field of quantum mechanics. You don't have to study in detail quantum mechanics. It is beyond the scope of your class 11 syllabus. You will be studying it in your higher classes when you will pursue the subject for your specialization courses. But having taken the name of Schrödinger, I am going to talk about a mathematical expression psi. This symbol is known as psi. This is a mathematical expression known as the wave function, and this wave function is an expression that can tell us about the energy, position and velocity of an electron. And the Schrödinger, the wave function psi can be has been given by Schrödinger in his Schrödinger's equation, which I am going to discuss in the video today. So wave function psi, which is a mathematical expression, tells us about the energy, position and velocity. Now, from where has this wave function come, or what is the mathematical derivation and the expression of the equation leading to the solving of the wave function? You don't need to know in detail. Just superficially, I am giving you an overview of the Schrödinger's equation. Now, I told you that the wave function tells us about the energy. How can we find out the energy from the wave function? It is given by the Schrödinger's equation, which is H psi equals to E psi. This H is an Hamiltonian operator, which is put before, it is an operator, it is put before this psi. This Hamiltonian operator is nothing but an operator like addition, subtraction, as you know of many operators. This is the mathematical operator that we put before psi, and when we put Hamiltonian operator over here, we get the value of energy of an electron. This is the Schrödinger's equation, which tells us about the energy of the electron. Alright, so you need not know the details of the equation. You just need to know that this Schrödinger wave function psi tells us about the energy like this. And how does it tells us about the position of an electron? Now students, from here we are going to this should be a concept building stage for you, wherein up till now you knew that the electron revolves around the positively charged nucleus in fixed energy states or the stationary states as proposed by Bohr. Now here would be a deviation from the Bohr's model, where we are going to talk about a three-dimensional space instead of a two-dimensional orbit diagram that you have been studying up till now. So from the Schrödinger's equation, if we take the mod of, this is modulus sign, if we take the mod of psi square, please don't bother about the mathematical expressions or the derivations or the calculations involved. You need not know. Just you should know that the mod of psi square is equal to the probability of finding an electron at a particular position. So it just tells us the probability. The mod of psi square tells us the probability of finding an electron at a particular position in an atom. Now coming to so I have told you how the wave function tells us about the energy and position, where the mod of psi square tells us the probability of finding an electron. And this is a major point of difference between the Bohr's atomic model and the quantum mechanical model, wherein the Bohr's model told us that the electron revolves around the positively charged nucleus in stationary energy states that are associated with fixed energy, whereas in quantum mechanical model we are going to talk about a three-dimensional space around the nucleus where the probability of finding an electron at a particular position can be told. Alright, so now I move to hydrogen atom and the Schrodinger wave equation. So this is the complicated Schrodinger wave equation that I have been talking about. You need not learn the equation. I am just showing you that while solving these equations, you can see we are solving, I am talking about the three-dimensional space. These are the three coordinates x, y, z. 8, pi is a constant, 22/7, mass of the electron, Planck's constant, psi is the wave function that I have been telling you, E is the energy and V is the potential energy. And this, after solving this equation, you can, from this equation gives us the possible energy levels the electron can occupy and corresponding wave function of the electron associated with each energy. These quantized states and corresponding wave functions are characterized. Now see, this is giving us the value of, from the value of psi, that is the psi square will tell us the probability of finding the electron in the three-dimensional space around the atom. If we solve for x, y and z, from this expression, that is the Schrodinger equation, it will give the possible energy levels that the electron can occupy. All the possible energy levels that the electron can occupy and the corresponding wave function psi of the electron associated with each energy. These quantized states and corresponding wave functions. The quantized state means, why am I talking about the quantized state? There are a few fixed energy states and their corresponding wave functions are characterized by a set of three quantum numbers. So these three quantum numbers, now the next concept that we will be talking in detail would be the quantum numbers, and these three quantum numbers arise when the Schrodinger equation is solved. And what are these quantum numbers known as? They are the principal quantum number denoted by small letter n, azimuthal quantum number denoted by small letter l, and the magnetic quantum number denoted by small m with the subscript small l. So these three quantum numbers arise when the Schrodinger equation is solved, and these quantum numbers tells us exactly about the position, location or complete information about the electron, which we are going to discuss in the next lesson on next video on the quantum numbers. So what are the major findings of the Schrodinger quantum mechanics, or what are the major findings of the equation? First, it tells us the wave function that we solve for, that is psi. It tells us about the energy, position and velocity of the electron. Then from these two we can find out the energy and the position. This will not be asked in any of the numerical portion. What you need to know is this. This is very, very important. You need to know this, that the psi mod of psi square is equal to the probability of finding an electron at a position. Then a major difference between the Bohr's model and the quantum model is that Bohr's model talk of the fixed energy states or the stationary states in 2 dimensions, and here in the quantum mechanical model we are talking about the probability of finding an electron in a 3-dimensional space at a particular position in an atom. This was the Schrodinger's wave equation, and when we solve these for x, y and z, we get the information about the electron in terms of principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number and the magnetic quantum number. Please don't be puzzled right now listening to these names, because this is going to get very clear in the next video that I am just going to talk about the quantum numbers. Now talking about the important features of the quantum mechanical model of an atom. So students, before just stating the different important features of the model, let me just again remind you, you don't have to deal with the operational part of the Schrodinger's quantum mechanics. You just need to know what does psi square means, that is the probability of finding an electron, and what do we achieve by solving the Schrodinger's equation, or what information is conveyed upon solving the Schrodinger's wave equation, that is the quantum numbers, that is principal, azimuthal and magnetic, which we are going to discuss. That's it. Alright, then the important features of the quantum mechanical model. Number one, energy of an electron is quantized. We know that there are just few fixed quantized, we know that there are few fixed energy states that I've already told you when I was talking about the Bose postulates also, and that is why, because there are only few fixed states, few fixed values, that is why it is said to be quantized. The existence of the quantized electronic energy state is a direct consequence of wave-like characteristic of the electron. Wave-like characteristic of the electron, why? Because we were discussing the dual nature of the electron, that is, it behaves both like a wave and like a particle. So the quantized energy electronic state is a direct consequence of the wave characteristic of the electron and allowed solution of the Schrödinger wave equation. Path of an electron can never be determined accurately. This also is supported by the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Therefore, one talks of, we cannot determine the path accurately, but what we talk of, or what we can determine, is the probability of finding an electron around the nucleus in the three-dimensional space. Now, an atomic orbital is the wave function psi for an electron in an atom. And the fifth and the major postulate that you need to remember is that the mod of psi square, that is the probability density, is directly proportional to the probability of finding an electron at a point within an atom, that is in the three-dimensional space. It is helpful in predicting the region around the nucleus where electron will most probably be found. Students, please view this video, and in case of any doubt, please send me your queries. Please don't be bothered about the difficult Schrödinger equation that I have stated, or you are not able to understand the mathematical operations related to it. It is not in the scope of your syllabus. But yes, psi square, what does psi square means should be understood by you. Go through the video, compile the notes, and send me your queries. Thank you so much.